Imagine you are barreling down the highway, the fuel light is completely flashing, but you refuse to pull over because, well, you are making great time.
That is exactly what managers do when they claim they're just too busy to train their team.
Right. It makes no sense. So today we are taking a deep dive into NJN Consulting's Module 4, which is all about instructing and developing the team.
And the core argument here is really a complete paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Training isn't like an interruption to your work. It literally is the work.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because if I am managing a floor right now, I know I shouldn't just overhaul my entire training program tomorrow, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I'd probably need to start by, diagnosing the bleeding neck, finding that single point of failure by mapping out my team skills.
Exactly. And that map is your skills matrix.
Yeah.
It essentially serves as like a diagnostic X-ray for your whole operation.
Oh, wow, an X-ray. I like that.
Yeah, you just list your team members down one side and the key tasks across the top. It doesn't just show you who is indispensable for a critical job. It actually exposes hidden competence gaps.
Hidden gaps? Like what?
Well, you start to see behavioral patterns where certain team members quietly avoid specific tasks. And it is usually because they lack the underlying skill, but no one really noticed until it was mapped out.
That makes total sense for veteran employees. But I do have to push back a little bit here.
Sure, go ahead.
If you take a brand new hire, drop them into a new environment and immediately measure them against this massive matrix of complex tasks, that feels like a recipe for completely overwhelming them.
Oh, it absolutely would be. That is why the sources emphasize that the skills matrix actually comes second to a thorough safety induction.
Okay, so safety is always first.
Always. You literally cannot start teaching complex operational tasks until the new hire is physically safe. Mandatory safety training, like identifying hazards, understanding protective equipment, emergency protocols, that has to be step one.
Right, because a new employee is, well, they're at their most vulnerable. They lack the situational awareness to even know what can hurt them.
Precisely.
So once they are safe and we hit that baseline, we have to actually teach the job reliably. The sources outline a very specific mechanism for this, right? The 3-column breakdown.
Yes, the 3-column breakdown and the 4-step method. Breaking it down this way is entirely designed to prevent that cognitive overload you mentioned.
Okay, break that down for me.
So before you even speak to the learner, you break the task into 3 columns.
Right.
The steps, the key points, and the reasons why those points actually matter.
Right.
And those key points are the most vital part. That is the knack of the job.
Wait, what exactly do you mean by the knack? Are we talking about that unconscious muscle memory a 10-year veteran has but totally forgets to mention to the rookie?
Yes, that is the perfect definition. It is like a subtle wrist flick or listening for a specific click to know a machine is locked safely.
Oh, I see.
If you don't document that knack and the reason behind it, the learner will probably fail. And once you have that documented, you deploy the 4 steps. Prepare the learner, present the operation, try out performance, and follow up.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Presenting the operation without that tryout phase is kind of useless, right? Because human brains don't build neural pathways just by watching someone else do it.
Exactly.
It's like teaching someone to drive. You don't just lecture them about the pedals, hand them the keys, and expect them to commute.
No, definitely not.
You put them in the driver's seat, have them actually do it, and make them explain their actions out loud.
And that tryout phase completely shatters the illusion of competence.
Yeah.
Having them physically perform the task while explaining the why back to you, that proves the learning actually happened.
Right.
It places the ultimate accountability on the leader, which really leads to the golden rule of this module, which is if the worker hasn't learned, the instructor hasn't taught.
Wow. That is a gut punch for anyone who defaults to just blaming the new guy.
It really is.
But even if they perfectly parrot back a task during that tryout phase, muscle memory fades quickly, right? If they don't use it the next day, it's just gone. So what does this all mean for long-term retention?
Well, to guarantee long-term retention, we have to lean heavily on visual aids and immediate hands-on practice.
Okay, but how do we move them from just rote memorization to actual independent judgment?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is where basic instruction actually evolves into coaching.
Oh, interesting. So what is the difference there?
Instruction is telling and showing. Coaching is asking and guiding. When a team member gets stuck, your initial instinct might be to just give them the answer to save time.
Oh, yeah, definitely guilty of that.
Most people are. But resisting that urge is exactly how you rewire their problem-solving skills.
Right.
Instead of solving it for them, you ask, well, what do you reckon is causing that? Or what would you try next?
So you are basically forcing their brain to do the heavy lifting.
Yes, and that is what builds judgment. That judgment ultimately creates a standardized, multi-skilled team capable of self-instructing over time.
So you stop being the bottleneck and start building an autonomous machine.
Exactly.
Okay, so translating this into a 30-day roadmap isn't about massive HR overhauls at all. It's really just a strategic behavioral shift.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, you just need to sketch a basic skills matrix to find your gaps.
Right.
Then write one 3-column breakdown to capture the knack of a task. Teach that one task using the 4 steps. Review your safety induction, and most importantly, swap one telling moment for an asking moment.
Just one telling moment for an asking moment. That single shift from telling to asking is really the foundation of building future leaders.
It completely changes the dynamic.
A small shift with a massive ripple effect. Well, we will leave you with this final thought to ponder today. If you had to step away for a month right now, would your team's skills continue to adapt and grow on their own? Or would your operations slowly grind to a halt?